by about 7th day after fertilization, the blastocyst will be in the uterus. Around 7th day after fertilization. It remains there for another 1 or 2 days, and at this stage it is called free blastocyst. Free blastocyst. During this period of 2 or 3 days, the trophoblast layer divides into two: an outer syncytial trophoblast and an inner cryptotrophoblast. Syncytiotrophoblast cells secrete some enzymes. And these enzymes break down cells in the endometrium, lining of the uterus. So a depression is formed in the endometrium. Into this depression, the embryo, with the help of its cryptoblast layer, attaches. So this attachment of the embryo which happens around 9th day after fertilization, is called implantation. Implantation or nidation. So once the embryo attaches itself to the wall of the endometrium, once the embryo implants itself to the wall of the endometrium, this marks the beginning of pregnancy. The beginning of pregnancy. So from this time onwards till the birth of the young one, it is called the period of pregnancy or the gestation period. The gestation period. After implantation, the blastocyst undergoes gastrulation and initiates organogenesis. In the meantime, the embryonic layer, that is what we have identified as the trophoblast, starts developing into the extra embryonic membranes. Extraembryonic membranes. Embryoblast becomes the embryo, trophoblast develops into the extra embryonic membranes. 4 such extra embryonic membranes develop around the embryo. One is amnion, another one is allantois, yolk sac, and chorion. Suppose this is the embryo. Suppose that is the embryo. One membrane develops on the dorsal side of the embryo, covering the entire dorsal surface of the embryo, and as it develops, it becomes filled with a watery fluid. This membrane is called amnion. The fluid present inside the amnion is called amniotic fluid. This amniotic fluid provides a watery medium which is necessary for development. For this reason, amnion is commonly described as a private little pond of the embryo. Another extra embryonic membrane develops on the ventral surface in the form of a sac-like structure. This is called allantois. Allantois is primarily meant for storing the metabolic wastes produced from the fetus. For this reason, sometimes it is called as embryonic urinary bladder. One more extra embryonic membrane develops ventrally on the anterior to the allantois. It is the yolk sac. And in the course of further development, yolk sac connects with the maternal tissues, starts drawing nourishment for the embryo, and becomes what we call as the umbilical cord. So yolk sac becomes the umbilical cord. Covering all these extra embryonic membranes, develops one more extra embryonic membrane, which is called chorion. Not only protects the other extra embryonic membranes, but also protects the embryo. So amnion provides watery medium, allantois collects the waste materials, yolk sac becomes umbilical cord, supplies nourishment from the mother, and chorion provides protection. As these extra embryonic membranes develop, the chorion starts producing finger-shaped projections called chorionic villi. Chorionic villi. These chorionic villi become intimately connected with similar projections from the endometrium. So villi of the endometrium, villi of the chorion become intimately connected with one another, resulting in the formation of an organic connection between the developing fetus and the maternal tissues. This organic connection is called placenta.